Zay, what's poppin'?
What is going on? My name is ZayWayYT and I'm back with another video, and today I'm here with another episode of Keeping a Stat, a segment where I talk about the craziest stats and topics in the sports world. So today, as you see, we're gonna be talking about, is Bronny James a pro? I know this question popped up heavy when Jaylen Brown said it in the summer league. A full year has gone by. He's played his summer league game against Flagg, and those ticket prices were insane. Courtside tickets for that game was almost 3 bands with an average ticket price of $233 for a summer league game. I know it's not a sport stat, but that one's crazy. But let's get right into it. Of course, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments, do you think Bronny's a pro? Let me know. Let's get right into it. So, you know, I like to answer the question in the beginning of the video. Do I think Bronny is a pro? Not yet, at least. Now, in a couple years, I think he can be. I think he's gonna have a very different career from his dad. We know who his dad is, of course. If you don't have him as your GOAT, you have him at number 2. Ever since high school, we knew what Bron was gonna be. He's been that guy. But I think it's gonna be very opposite for his son. I think Bronny is gonna have to really develop. He's gonna maybe spend a couple years in G League, maybe come off the bench and eventually, you know, becoming a starter. I think he does have a high ceiling. They're super athletic, very good on the defensive end, and his IQ. If you watch his film in the G League, we're gonna talk about a little bit about his G League tape as well. But I think the one thing that Bronny does struggle with right now is consistency. I don't think he can score or shoot on an NBA level right now. A lot of that is, frankly, confidence. If you turn on his G League tape, Bronny is a killer in the G League. So I have Bronny James G League stats pulled up on the G League season last year. 21.9 points, let's just say 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5.5 assists. 21, 5, and 5 are great numbers if you can do that in the NBA. If we're looking at his field goal percentage, 44%, 3-point percentage, 38%, shooting almost 40% from 3. Here's why I say a lot of it has to do with confidence, especially with the 3-point shooting. The ball's the same exact size, the hoop's the same size, same distance. It's a lot of the confidence. And the position that Bronny's in is probably one of the hardest that we've probably seen in a while. You know, a lot of people, don't think you should be there. You're playing alongside your dad, who is literally, not only is he courtside, but he's on the same team. One of the greatest, if not the greatest basketball players of all time. That's a very high expectation. And so here's a thing I want to point out. I remember when Bronny, he was, you know, deciding schools, he ended up going to USC. I really wanted him to go to either Duquesne, Bron's teammate coach there, or I wanted him to go to Ohio State. I just wanted him to get out of LA, just get out from under that James household, just be away. He's had a couple of 30-point games. He's had a couple of 30-point games, couple 10 assists, 10 rebound games. He's had these type of games in the G League. Confidence is through the roof. But it's like when he steps on the NBA court, I think it's a lot in his head. Playing in LA, that type of market, it's tough. So to go back into my point why I don't think he's an NBA player right now. One, it's hard. It's going to be hard for him to be on the court without having that elite confidence as a 1. As well as being slightly undersized. I mean, he's 6'3", which isn't, you know, super short, but again, for the role he's playing, you have to have either amazing scoring ability, amazing defense, or amazing playmaking. I think he can be a playmaker. I don't think his handle is elite, but I do think he can control the ball in the offense if given the right opportunity. We've seen guys with less handle be able to run the show. I just think he has to be in the right system. As far as shooting the ball, Bronny, he can shoot, but if we look at his NBA stats, it's night and day from the G League. His stats in the NBA, 2.3 points per game, 0.7 rebounds per game, 0.8 assists per game. His 3-point percentage in the NBA drops off by 10%, shooting 28% from 3, and another almost 13% for field goal percentage at 31.3. He's gonna give effort on the defensive side of the ball, but I just think he's lacking those two big things. Now, here's to kind of segue into why I think he can be an NBA player. I think his ceiling is Jrue Holiday. When I see Bronny, I see Jrue Holiday as far as the role that he can be. Absolute ceiling. I know what type of player Jrue Holiday is. He is a key, because Jrue Holiday is a key piece on a championship team. And look at the role they play. If we're looking at their skill set, I think one thing that Bronny has over Jrue Holiday is athleticism. Bronny jumps out of the gym. If we're looking at shooting, Bronny shoots the same clip that Holiday does all time. He's a 37% from three shooter. In the NBA, Bronny's a 38 in the G League. I think if he can transfer those stats over to the league, he can be dangerous. From the field, he's 46%. Bronny in the G League is 44%. Bronny does have more rebounds, but Jrue Holiday would have more assists, like I said, if we're comparing their G League to their NBA. Now, of course, G League, NBA, can't really compare those two, but just hear me out for what I'm saying right now. The thing is, I don't think Bronny will really be able to get to where he needs to be until LeBron retires. Just frankly, especially if Bronny is still in LA. Thing is with Bronny, I think he has a really great attitude about this situation, because let's be real, if he didn't want to play basketball, he didn't have to. His dad's a billionaire. He could put the ball down at any given moment and be fine. And probably become like one of the biggest COD streamers, or Rainbow Six, whatever he plays. He could be one of those. But within Bronny's situation, I think he has the tools. I think he just needs the confidence. That's the biggest portion. We look at guys who we see in the summertime can shoot the lights out of the ball, like Ben Simmons, but their game is completely different. It's just a mental block. It kind of reminds me, if y'all know about baseball, how some baseball players get the yips, where it's like nothing wrong with their mechanics or their arm. It's just the confidence level, and they just completely forget how to throw a baseball in game, or in game or in warm-ups. It happens. You have a mental block. The mind is one of the most powerful things in sports. If your mind's not right, your game won't be right, and I think that's going to be the biggest determining factor on Bronny. But that's pretty much gonna be it. That's gonna be the end of the video. I do think Bronny can be a pro, but just not right now. I think he's gonna have to take a couple more years to really develop and get there. But it can be done. Anyways, drop a comment, let me know what y'all think. Can he be a pro right now? Do you think he's never gonna be a pro? Let me know. Of course, subscribe. I'm out.
Zay, what's poppin'?